Hey guys, what's up? Alex Scott here with Consordini.com. I have another super cool piece of gear I'd love to share with you guys, talk a little bit about. This right here is the Arturia Drumbrute. It is an all-analog, I think 17-voice drum machine that has some really modern, great features, but also is definitely has a lot of vintage tone to it, being that it is all analog. The Drumbrute has been out for a couple of years now. It is a pretty popular drum machine, but I just wanted to talk about it and tell you guys why I love it so much, and just show you guys a couple of basic features on it. So again, it has 17 voices, 2 different kicks, snare, clap, rim, clave, closed hi-hats, open hi-hats, high tom, low tom, cymbals, congas, maracas, tambourine, and then a zap sound. So you definitely have a lot of different timbres to work with. It has a built-in step sequencer that's super powerful. It can also do lots of really cool polyrhythm stuff. You can actually set different rhythm lengths for each instrument, which is incredibly handy if you do any kind of like world music or odd meter programming, anything like that. It has some really cool like filter stuff on it, some really cool stutter, you could think of it as, applications that has a randomize effect in it that will randomly trigger things. It's got a built-in metronome, USB sync. It's a really, really powerful drum machine, and especially at the low price that it's offered at, even brand new, anybody out there who does hip-hop, trap, rap, any flavor of EDM, be it dubstep or trance or techno, anything like that, this is definitely something that you guys want to look at having in your arsenal. Because it's all analog and it's such a solidly built physical device, it's really inspiring to use. So let's pull the camera over and take a listen to some of the sounds. Okay guys, we've got a shot of our Drumbrute here. I just want to run through the sounds real quick, kind of show you what each of them can do. So we have 2 different kicks. That's kick 1. This is kick 2. Kick 2 is a little bit tighter. Even when you pull the decay all the way out, it's just really nice and kind of flat, but in a really nice way. It's a good tight kick for more of kind of a hip-hop vibe or maybe some house type stuff. Kick 1 is going to be where you get a little bit more of that 808 sub kick. It also has this feature called impact, which adds a nice, almost like a beater sound if you were to think of it like a real kick drum. Also has an adjustable sweep for kind of an acid sound. And a nice variable pitch, so you could actually even almost use it as a third tom if you wanted to. So that's the first kick. I kind of prefer the second kick because I do a bit more with hip-hop and house and those kind of lighter sounds, I guess you could say. Moving on, we've got our snare here. Decay, tone of the drum itself, tone of the snap, and the level of the snap in relation to the drum. So you can actually turn this into almost like a rim type sound, and then bring in the snap as much as you want. Tune the drum. Really versatile snare drum. Some users of this drum machine have said that they're not super happy with the snare in terms of how punchy it is, but I find that if you just compress it a little bit or maybe add a little bit of saturation or distortion, it can really do cool stuff. It's also great when you layer it with the clap, which I really like the clap on this unit. A nice filter. The clap is really strong. Then we've got our rim, adjust the tone of your rim sound, basic clave. I also really like the closed and open hi-hats have separate decays, so you can have a really long decay on your open hi-hat and then a really, really short decay, and get, you know, really nice interplay between those two. They also are both variable in pitch, so if you want to have a really low-pitched open hat and then a high-pitched closed hat, you can, or vice versa, of course. A lot of great features in the hi-hats, and they sound really nice. They're nice and crisp, not too metallic or distorted sounding. Here we have our, right now they're set as conga high and low, and then we also have our tom high and low, both tunable. Nice sounds there. And you can, as you're seeing me do this, you see I'm switching through some sounds on these sort of channels. everything does have independent programmability. So even though there's only, 12 or whatever slots here, if I select rim and then I go to program a pattern and then I switch it over to clave, you can program those independently of each other. So moving on, we've got our cymbal here. We also have a reverse cymbal, which I use all the time. It's fabulous. I even just record that in on its own as a sample and use it as kind of that classic reverse cymbal to lead into hits or choruses or whatever you want to do. And you have totally variable decay, variable tone on both the normal cymbal as well as the reverse cymbal. Then we have some nice maracas, tambourine as well, with variable decay, which is really nice, so it can be really percussive, or even almost like a white noise type effect sound. Really, really nice. And then, of course, this zap, which I don't really use because I don't really like sounds like that, but if you're into the 80s, men at work kind of sound, you could definitely get some use out of that. So those are all the basic tones. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to kind of play with a beat here. Get rid of those. Start with, I'll use our kick too. Add a little snare in here. Let's get, that's nice. Add in a little clap. Do a little clave pattern. Little and then maybe we can add a little open hi-hat there at the end. That's nice. Let's do a little conga. And then let's add a reverse cymbal at the very end here. That's nice. A little effect there. And let's get a nice short maraca sound. Vary that a little bit. And then see, when we switch to the tambourine, now we have this alternate layer. So we can add some little and like I said, I'm really not a big fan of the zap sound, so I'm not going to use that. But that's just a basic pattern. So let's look at some of our filters now. Up here we have really nice low pass, sweepable low pass filter with controllable resonance, which is really handy. Or you can turn it into a high pass filter, again with controllable resonance. Fabulous filter. I really, really dig that. I like using it all the time. You can do some classic filter sweeps with that. Also, of course, you have swing. You have kind of a lot of the normal drum machine controls that you would expect, but I really like randomness, which is this knob right here. So if we crank that up, it's a great way to just grab a quick fill. And then pull it back. You can also vary just one track. So like if we select the snare, hit current track, and it'll start to vary, but only the snare, okay? So very, very handy. And then the last thing that I really love about it is that you have these quarter note, eighth note, 16th note, and 32nd note step repeat, okay? So if you can catch your 3, 4, if you can catch one of the beats, it will repeat just that beat in whatever rhythmic kind of subdivision you want it to. 8th notes, 16ths, 32nds. Really, really useful performance features. And again, you can really do some crazy stuff, and kind of create a really, really cool fills on the fly. So if you're looking for a drum machine to perform with, this is a really great option as well. So there's the Arturia Drumbrute for you guys. Fabulous sounding drum machine. Really, really easy to use, really intuitive. Even if you've never used an analog drum machine before, you're going to jump right into making some awesome beats with this thing. The tones are also really, really versatile. Like I said, it's because they didn't really go for like, oh, we're going to clone an 808 or a 909 or some really specific drum machine. Arturia did their own thing with it. It makes it really versatile and really unique sounding. And you can use it in tons of different genres. I mean, you could even do like some synth rock type stuff with it and get some real 80s sounds going on. You can get classic hip hop tones out of it, classic, trance type, kind of boots and cats sounds, all that kind of stuff. So it is, it's really, really versatile machine. I absolutely love it. And again, the price is right. So if you guys are looking at getting into the world of analog drum machines, this is definitely a first piece that I would recommend checking out. Again, my name is Alex Scott here with Consordini.com. Thank you guys so very much for watching. We really appreciate it. What do you guys think of the Arturia Drumbrute? Do you own one? Do you want to own one? Have you used one in the past? We would love to hear your thoughts. So let us know down in the comments below. Thank you guys again, as always, for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.